Hey, what's up, guys? Just waiting on a few people to join, and then we can get started. Are you guys already in here? I just literally started. Hey, you guys, D and Raj. How you guys doing? What's up? Hey, what's up, Parash? How you guys doing? Good. Okay, let's just get started then. We already have kind of a core group of people in here. So let me move this over. And then D, I think you messaged me in Discord saying you had an idea of how to fix the logo. So if you want, we can start with that. Let me just get my development server running, and we are good to go. Yeah, if you guys could hit that like button too on the video, that would be great. I think it'll push it to more people on YouTube. So if you hit the like button on this video, it lets YouTube know that this live is going good and other people should see it. Explain what we've done today, what we have done so far, and what's today's plan. Okay. I could do that. Let me show both screens. Actually, no, I'll just do one. Okay, so this is episode 7. 7 times we've been live working on this project. And what we started with was the authentication from Auth.js version 5. We are using the credentials provider and the Google provider. So we could either sign in and register with our email, name, and password, or just sign in with Google. So I'm going to say hi, fix some UI. I think I saw the pull request, but I was out. I wasn't home when I saw it, so I got to look at it again. We were going to fix the UI on stream. I usually try not to touch this code unless I'm streaming. Oh, this is going to say it's already connected to an account. Or not. So we can sign up using the Google provider like this. And the other thing we have done is we have started working on creating the chatbot. And the chatbot looks something like this, where we could give the chatbot a name. So Chatty 2.0, and as you can see, it updates in real time. We could give a description of the chatbot and how it should be used. We could create a welcome message like, hi, I am Chatty 2.0, how can I help? We could also change the color depending on the color scheme of your business or website. And then we could upload a file to train the chatbot so it could be custom to your data and website. So we haven't really implemented this functionality yet, but it gives you the ability to choose multiple files and then upload them. And then when we click create chatbot, what we did add at the very end of last stream was we added that you could create the assistant through the OpenAI API. So we created the assistant and then stored it inside of our user database. Hey, Brett, do you spend 6 times 3 equals 18 hours already on this project? I spent 18 hours live streaming. I wouldn't say I've really spent 18 hours on the project because I am live streaming. So I'm not coding as fast as I should be because obviously I'm communicating with the chat. We're looking stuff up, but technically about 18 hours. I would say we stream about 3 hours each live stream. So if you want to put it that way, you can. What's up, D? How you doing? Hi. And like I said, the first thing I kind of want to start off with. So on today's agenda, I do want to be able to create a working functional chatbot as long as the messages come back and forth through OpenAI's API. That's the main goal I want to create. And then I also want to create a sidebar. So if you're on the dashboard page, we need to have a sidebar for anybody that's logged in. I'm going to also change the logo. I'm going to make it more modern. This is just a template for now. And then we can make sure we add more UI colors and such as that. But D, if you do have a solution for the logo to get that out of the way, let's do that. And then we will go from there. Okay. So let me minimize this. You do? Okay. So are we interacting with each other saying hi, hello? So all these hours are not fully dedicated to projects. Yeah, correct. So I've been live for 18 hours, but I wouldn't say I've worked on this project for 18 hours. Because I'm trying to also, we also want to explain what we're doing too, so we kind of know what's going on. But why have you used the use form status in the chatbot form? I haven't used that actually yet. I know that's new to React 19, but I don't have it yet. So when you click the submit button to create a chat, there's no loading state yet, which is fine. Or no, did I use it? Oh, I did use the use form status. I don't think it's working. I have posted the schema in Discord. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at here. Function is the React Pro sidebar can save you time in creating the sidebar. I haven't seen that before, so we'll look that up too. Yeah, correct, Akil. Yeah, I definitely agree. So you're saying create this file object schema. So it's all of this right here. So make sure I'm doing this right. Is it just like that? So we have the file object schema. So we give the logo, the file object schema, which we created. And now let me close all these real quick. If we go inside of the chatbot form, let's uncomment the logo. And so the default value, what would that be then, D? Would the default value be an empty string? You're saying put custom. Now in the form. No, you're good. So have I done the schema right? Is the schema file right? Well, I uploaded, which is here. So you're saying for the logo, we can make it undefined or null? Let's see what it says. Type string is not assignable to type file. You have sent one link. You also sent a link to the Discord related to the schema. Please check. Let me see. It's opening up on my other screen. So it's validating the file input. Make it null. It's giving me an error. Type null is not assignable to file or undefined. So I'm assuming it has to be undefined now. Coming from, yup, I'm trying to validate a required file input with no success. We could test it out, I guess. Let's see. Wait, let's go back down to the... And Harash, I'm still I'm reading that GitHub forum that you sent for validating file input. So we're at the logo. So let's try. Now it's saying only images are supported. So we are getting a different error message. Remove the save value if it's there. It's called the set value. I have it uncommented out. I have it commented out. I'm assuming you mean set value, not save value. Like I said, the error message we're getting now is only images are supported. So for some reason, that's not an image, it's saying. See the refine object? So what you did here is you have a file object schema equal to z.custom. Here's the schema right here. You created a custom, it's passing it as a file value. If it's file object, you're passing the value, return the value. If not, so you're saying we'll have to convert it to a base 64 blob. So this function, the uploading logo, isn't even running yet because we're getting invalidated data before it even puts the on submit. And the on submit is for the logo. Get the refine object from Harash's link. Okay. Let's check it out. I clicked. Let me see. Is it the same thing? So are you saying you just use the refine part for it? All right, we have conflicting opinions of what should go on. Okay. So you're saying we don't have an image, we have a URL of the image, which is a string. So where should I go to change this URL of the image into, which is a string? Where should I change the string into an image then? So like I said, if I do this logo and I click it, it says only images are supported. You're saying don't change, image has to be a string type because image URL is a string. I think that is correct. Let me see. Yeah, image URL is a string, but yeah, so it's a string, the image URL. So what do I have to pass in to make this an image? It must be in the schema, right? Because type equals file. We are registering it with the logo. So the schema value is an array, but I did a mistake there, so it'll be like value of 0. So for the, it's an array of files. Okay, so if we go over to Hirash's, wait, you said value 0.type. So function is file object. I'm going to bring over Hirash's link that he sent me. This is what it is. And in custom pass T will be file. So you're saying, wait. I'm getting two different answers in chat. Like if one of you guys could post it in the Discord again, like you did here, that'd be good. But here's what Hirash showed me. So you're saying I should, this was July 21st of 2022. Putting this in here, if anyone still has a problem, the solution that worked for me was this one. So I'm getting like this image is required. So I should just honestly, let me try to copy this and see what it does. The whole thing. Okay. Let's go back to the chatbot forms. The default value, we just put undefined, which is should be fine, right? Okay, so let's try it now. It's saying it's undefined now. That's the problem. So using Harash's example verbatim, I got undefined. So we have it as a z.custom. It's file, files, object, return value, else. Okay, it actually looks like that worked. I'm pretty sure this last one worked. Let me make sure. Let's change it. Whatever, goofy emoji. It works. Whatever D sent in the Discord, this last one right here, this custom one created, this actually works. And let me console log it just to confirm, but I'm pretty positive it works because I don't get this error message unless it actually contacted the API. So let's console log. I'm pretty sure I console log and everything. Let me see console. Yeah. So for the logo, we're getting this right here. We're getting a file with the name, a size, the type, and all that. So it looks like it's working. Last modified, everything. Yeah, this is what the console's looking like. Okay, so we got that working, which is perfect. Next thing we want is so we have that working. What was that one package? Somebody said it above. I forgot who it was. It was for the sidebar. I'm trying to go back through the chat. Does anybody have? Oh, it's the React Pro sidebar from Raj. That's what it was. That's fine. If it only supports those 3 images, I don't mind. I can make sure it does. It's React Pro sidebar. Is this how it looks, like this? That's clean. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. Have you guys used it before? 50,000 weekly downloads. I'm gonna move this over. Let's open up another terminal. We will paste this in. And then the usage. I'm thinking we create this dashboard sidebar inside of dashboard. I'm thinking we create a layout TSX file inside of this dashboard folder. So a new file, layout.tsx, RAFCE. Let's call this the dashboard layout. Because I don't think they should have the sidebar if they're not even logged in. Don't you guys agree? Like a sidebar is usually indicating of a user that's logged in. A head navigation is pretty much indicating of like a landing page. I feel like that's just general and universal, so that's how we should do it. This is going to accept all these children. And then it's React node. Let's pass all the children. Oh, why did it do that? You used it in a project, Raj? Nice. So do you have a screenshot or a link of how it looks? We can check it out. Self-promotion, you know, for a project. Unless you don't want to, obviously. There's no rhyme or reason. I spelled dashboard wrong too. Dashboard layout. Let's export default. Okay. So let's create a component. Let's close this. Auth, creating dashboard landing page. Inside the components, let's create a folder. I had used it in a project. Yeah, there is a demo. Share project GitHub link. Yeah, if you have the project, you guys want to self-promote your projects, go ahead. It's not big. Like, it definitely help us out. I'm going to call this the sidebar.tsx. Let's get all these imports. And let's import it into this layout. In the same npm, or I don't know what you're saying. The npm link. Okay, so we got sidebar there. Let's see. The error happened while generating the page. Any console logs will be displayed in the terminal window. Did I mess up something on the code? Is there something wrong with the code that I'm doing? Because I'm not seeing it. So if I remove the sidebar component, oh, you're saying it's the same link? Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see the link. So like if we go over here, so you're saying collapse. So this is the sidebar with, that's pretty nice. We got collapse, dark theme, image. The image is kind of cool. RTL, I'm assuming like right side. And right now there's something, let me see. Oh, yeah, it might be that semicolon. I didn't even see it there. So let's get that sidebar. And let's see if it's working. Nope, it's saying something's not a function. Whatever that error is. Type error, React Webpack imported module, whatever is not a function. Let me look at the docs again. Raj, I know you said you worked with this. Is there a reason why you don't think this is working? Did I install the right package? npm install React Pro sidebar. Could you show code? Yeah, I can. So I'm importing the sidebar here, and then here is the sidebar component. I just copied and pasted from their docs, so obviously I'll change stuff, but don't name that. You're right, I probably could. Sidebar component. That's probably the issue. I've actually ran into that before, and it took me a while to realize that was the issue. I'm going to call everything sidebar component. Let me see. No, that's not the issue. You renamed it. Oh, Pro sidebar. Yeah. Let me just delete everything and then rename it. Because I know I installed everything right and I copied the code verbatim. Delete. Okay, so we're going to create a sidebar. A pro sidebar.tsx. RAFCE. Pro sidebar. And let's see. Let's just import it here. Let's make sure everything's working. Yep, the sidebar, pro sidebar is right there. Then what I could do in here is get that code. It's still giving me the same thing. Let me try the use client. And then I could try wrapping in a flex too. So whenever I add this boilerplate code here, it is Okay, now it's working. It might have been the use client, which I think it was. So that was the use client. And now we need to move all of this over to the right. And let's make sure, where do we have our children? Right up underneath the pro sidebar. Does anybody have an idea of how we could push this over with using this package? Let me see. Okay, so we did make that flex. So now it looks like this is a little better. I don't like when I do it like that. Let me just take this off, make this full page. Okay, so we have this. This is now, if we move it, yeah, so everything's good. On tablets, it should be different though. Wrap it in a flex class, float right. So I'm assuming you're talking about this page. This whole page needs to float right. Is that? I guess not. Let's go inside the chatbot form. Width full, mid-size flex row. Maybe on large screens it should be a flex row. Maybe we should do MX auto. No. Oh, there's a delay in the message. I just want to move all of this over kind of more centered. So if we inspect the page, like this needs to move over. So let's see. So this div right here, we have something here. What is that considered? This div is a flex that's surrounding it all. I don't even know what that language is, Akil. Yeah, I don't even. We got a flex. Where did I just put the class of flex? It was this right here. So width full. Is that like margin on the right? What is the purple considered? We have to look and compute. You think it's the third div? Oh, what's up, Just Code? I just seen your messages. You want to flex, justify, center the parent div. Okay, so the parent div would technically be this div. So flex, let's try that. Justify, center. Yeah, I don't know that language. If it justified centered, it made this one centered too, the charts. So I need it not to probably do that parent div as well. So we do, it's probably in the children. And I think you said you pasted the CSS. Okay, so let's see what you did. So we went to the chatbot form. We have a width of full, padding top 10, flex. And then you added a justify center. The contents in this chatbot right here with this form that I'm in right now. Container and then MX auto. Let's see. I think it did a little better, but it's still not over. I feel like we're missing, like we have way too much white space over here to the right. Oh, you did a flex 1 too? No. So we have this flex width full. So you need more of an S. You can find out what the container that sits to the right of the sidebar. Okay, so the container that is to the right of the sidebar is this container right here. So it looks like it has no properties. Which container is that? So it has, yeah, so that's the one right of the sidebar. Yeah, so that div. And that div, underneath that div, what was it? That width full, padding top 10, all that. So this div was inside of it. So there's a div wrapping this one, which is, it's this div right here. Is this one right here. So would it be width full? Yeah, width full. And then you said justify content. No, there's no content. Justify center. I think that justified as center. I don't know if, do you guys think there's too much white space on this side? It's so funny. Just coding your emoji almost looks like a laughing emoji. Like every time I see it on my screen, I feel like you're like putting a laughing emoji when you're typing. That's better for sure. Do you think it should go over more or no? We need to fix the sidebar, justify round. Let me see how that looks. Is it even changing? Width full, justify round. Let's try justify between because I could definitely tell a difference there. I don't think it's changing. Because I've done justify round, justify between, all that, and it looks like it's not. So you're saying above the chatbot prototype, we need a flex of 1 and a justify center, and then a flex. That works. I think that's pretty good. That's better. You rather focus on the logic rather than the CSS or HTML? Oh yeah, that's fine. We could focus on the logic. I just wanted to kind of get this situated. It was getting ugly to look at. What does the chatbot look like? So far we just created a little bit of it. It looks kind of like this. We don't have anything here, but it's just a widget. Oh, you can't even see it. I'm covering it. Sorry, guys. That's what the chatbot looks like. So it's almost a widget on the bottom right. And they'll be able to customize everything inside of it and use the script tag. But that's what it looks like for now. But yeah, we can focus on the logic. I do want to work on the OpenAI API. So we can focus on that right now. And what is that one more thing related to the login? Create chatbot. Okay. So next steps we need to do, let's create the chatbot. So what we've done is we have the API folder, create assistant. We create the assistant here using a post request. And then we're passing the name, description, welcome, color schema, knowledge base. Let's also pass the logo. What did you use for Auth? I used Auth.js version 5. Hey, if you give the sidebar icons deed, it has a collapsed property. I would have to look into the sidebar, but we could work on the sidebar after, because I just wanted to get set up. I do want to work on the functionality. Like Harish said, that was the first thing I kind of wanted to make sure we get done, more of the logic. And what is the one more thing related to the logic side, D? Please tell me more about the OpenAI Assistant and why you're using the retrieval tool. So the retrieval tool is just, it allows you to upload PDFs, text files, sitemaps, URLs, site URLs, and there's one more thing. And what that does, it trains the AI bot based on those files. So if it asks something about the website, the AI assistant is going to scrape through all the data, and it's going to answer based on the data you provide. And if it can't, then you must give it a specific instruction on how should answer if it can't find the answer within the given knowledge base. So that is what the retrieval tool does. It gives you like a knowledge base for the AI model. And then the AI assistant, we're using that because it can read back up to 10 messages based on the current thread. So the thread, I don't know if you were in the chat last night, the thread is like the conversation. That's what they call it. So let me go here. Let me log in real quick. When I try to register, it asks for confirmation, but the mail is not successful. So maybe we can add a button to resend confirmation mail. D, the reason why that wasn't successful is because I technically don't have a domain hooked up to it for the send email. So the only email the register would work for is my email. That is the only reason why it's not working right now. When we push it to production, we just have to make sure we give it a actual production domain, even if it's a .vercel.app. And when we do that, then you should be able to successfully receive a verification email. But for now, you're not going to be able to test that out unless you have my email associated with that resend account. That's the only way it's going to work. Because technically, it's still like in development. So let's go to the assistant. And what we did yesterday was we created the assistant. So that's done. So when they fill this form out, this will create their assistant. And the other thing we have to do is we have to somehow save these values, so like the color scheme value, inside of a model. Do you guys think we should do that? Where am I from? I'm from Tampa, Florida. How about you? United States, different country. When I try to register, okay. What do you guys think we should do? Should we save the... So our assistant is having free limit. You're from Boston? There was somebody else from Boston in here not too long ago. Boston, a lot of kids from Boston, those high schools, they go to USF, the University of South Florida, which is where I'm from. That's the city I live in. A lot of Boston kids down here for college. So we... I'm just pretty much asking a question. How will the SaaS make money? The SaaS will make money charging a monthly subscription. You're saying, so no, for me it wasn't successful because I was sending to another email, but point is that if that email is not successful, there is no way the user can log in, as neither he can log in or register. My girl's sister goes to Stetson, if you've ever heard of it. Yeah, I actually visited that college when I was like a senior in high school to like, like a little college tour to see where I wanted to go. Stetson's nice. It's a private school. It's pretty pricey too, but it's nice. It's like an hour and 30 from me though. What do you mean by saving chat? So like the chat, the assistant will be able to remember what you said like 5 messages ago. So that's what I mean by saving chat. So if you chat here, you chat with the assistant here, there. I don't know what really the main difference is, but I know the assistant's API is getting pushed for chatbots like this. You want to actively contribute for the SaaS? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. We can, I know you sent, like you said, you sent a pull request because you changed some of the UI. You just have to show me before I accept the pull request. But I definitely would like you guys to contribute as much as you want, for sure. So we could definitely talk about that after the stream's done and how we can all contribute if you guys are interested. But make sure you join the Discord so you can message me and I can message you back. Yeah, I graduated from USF. I graduated with a finance degree, though, in 2018. And I don't really like finance, so I was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I'm switching to software. Finance was like a little too boring for me, so I didn't like it as much. But I still got the degree. Okay, so next thing we need to do is, I think, do you guys agree we need to save this information? You're interested in contribution? I haven't done an internship. I've just done a YouTube. I do nice in high school. Nice. What I do right now is I just do I've been doing marketing for a few businesses here in the city of Tampa. So like an appliance store, did a few restaurants. And then the appliance guy, we built like a friendship, and I've been doing his like software. We're trying to create a membership program. So that's the main thing I've been doing. And then I just do other side stuff as well. And then obviously just content creator. I don't even know if I honestly could do a full 9 to 5 in the office anymore. I might just be able to do like hybrid work. Your boy went to boot camp, swapped from finance. Now he works 2 dev jobs, making 200K plus. Damn, that's nice. How did you land your tech job? Was it through the boot camp or was it just through mass applying? You work fully remote. That's fucking nice. I want to get into YouTube. Yeah, I think YouTube's good. The only thing with YouTube when it comes to software is the pay. So the YouTube pays based on your audience and where they're from. That's a very big factor in how much you get paid for ads. So for software, you get a bunch of other countries, so you don't get paid as much as if you have a bunch of like US viewers. You work for a company. I just freelance for the appliance company here, but I don't technically work for like software development company. Fully self-taught. Thought about going the boot camp route, but I don't know if I want to. And yeah, I do want to save the data. But what I obviously just coding from Boston, fully remote. What else do you guys do? I know Akil, if you're still in here, you do like a hybrid mix. Through the boot camp, I had a mentor, and he actually is a VP at Meta. Now he got me the job, moved up a bunch, and pretty much run our whole app now. Okay, so that boot camp was 100% worth it. And yeah, YouTube's a grind. I think it's great for longevity. Yeah, I think YouTube's good because you can't just look at the money. You got to look at the brand you're building and the connections. So obviously, I wouldn't be talking to you if it wasn't for YouTube. So, I mean, there's connections all over the place. You kind of build up a personal brand. People will see your face. They know you're like the software guy. YouTube's just a great platform to build personal brands. And plus, you could always get sponsor deals. So you could just, you never know, get a sponsor deal of like 5,000, 10,000. And that would make your week. But I wouldn't really look at the ad revenue. So how you learn software? By just watching videos and doing like little courses here and there. Haven't really been doing it full time, but I'm definitely trying to step it up now. As you can see, the past like 7-8 days, I've been live streaming almost every day. Need to upload some videos. It's really hard to create content and learn at the same time because coding, you're always learning. So, but let me save this data because we are going to need it. So let's create a different model inside of our schema. So this needs to be like model chatbot. And then we're going to have an ID of string at ID at default. Let's do auto at map. And the only reason why we're doing this decorator on the ID is because we're using MongoDB. So if you're using any other database like Postgres or the MySQL, it'll be a different decorator for the ID. Have I been snowballing on YouTube yet? Yes. I mean, I don't know, honestly. It's kind of hard to tell if you're snowballing. I guess compared to what I've been doing, kind of. I've definitely been getting more views the more consistent I am when I upload. But if I'm uploading sporadically, like maybe 2 times a month, yeah, it's definitely not. But I feel like it is snowballing a little bit, but not compared to anything like these top dudes have. So what we have here is we're going to have the chatbot ID. Or what are we going to have here? We're going to have the... You popped in my algo? Oh, so that worked. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I said, I started live streaming the past like week, so obviously that's probably why I popped in there. And Raj, I appreciate you guys in the chat as well. Thanks. Like you guys are definitely helping me a lot with this project that I'm making here. How will you store the image in PDF? I was looking at S3, but I actually have this right here. I don't know if anybody's used it. They're saying it's better in ways. It's called Upload Thing. They're saying it's better than S3 and it's more flexible, but I think it's like $10 a month, which isn't bad. So I might use Upload Thing or S3 to store the image in PDF. But this is, let me close all these. So we need the chatbot ID, which will be a string, and this is unique. You stumbled upon one of my React.js authentication videos. I guess your first, second, and start following you from there. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, the authentication videos definitely did the best. The authentication videos definitely did the best performance-wise on the YouTube channel. Now I know I should research search terms before I do a video. But sometimes I just do whatever I'm learning. I do a video from there. You should use upload things. It uses S3 in the background. Yeah, I think I'm going to use upload thing. That's what I think we're going to use for the actual storing of files and stuff and such. Do you use Copilot? I have it, but sometimes I don't use it. I mean, sometimes I do, but I do have Copilot. I think it's very helpful. So we need the chatbot ID. Let's do the chatbot name, which is a string. What else do we give it? So the chatbot form. Try Control and I and write in a prompt to build out a base model. In my opinion, prompt engineering is the future. Huh, that's what, so Control and I. And then you're saying build out a base model. It helps me get inspiration. You see, I just usually just copy, or I do like a fix when it's like usually types. So if they want me to fix a certain type, I'll use Copilot for sure. So we are having, I'm going to change this name too. We're going to change this to instructions. And we are going to change this to instructions as well. It shouldn't be the description. It's going to be better with instructions. You might be able to, yeah, I'll go to I'm going to try that just coding. I'm going to go to my schema. I'm just changing this real quick and I'm going to try that. Instructions here. Input. And then the schema. This needs to be instructions. Oh yeah, no, I just need I need to get used to it, but yeah, I'm gonna try it right now with the schema. So instructions. Yeah, that sounds to refactor it again. Let me see. Okay, so our default values, we have a chatbot name. Let me try what you just said. Let me go to the Prism schema. So Control I, and then you're saying just create me a model named chatbot that yeah, no, you're good. I have like 3 screens, so I'm like, your chat's at the top, so it's almost like in a distance, and it almost look, yeah, it just looks almost like a laughing emoji. Like somebody just keeps typing in a laughing emoji, like I'm doing something wrong. But it's all good. Keep the name. Your pretty much your text definitely pops out with that icon. So create a model named chatbot that includes every field I need for the OpenAI API Assistant. Let's see what it does. Is this covering it, or is it just adding those 3? So if I accept it, it adds those 3. Okay. Which I don't need those 3, but I see where it's going. Like it definitely helps to like create it almost a baseline. So we had the chatbot name. Let's do instructions. which will be a string. We have the welcome message, or no, we don't have to send that to the chatbot. We need the ID of who the person is doing it. We might as well just pass the email, which is a string. Or no, we don't need the email, do we? Or no, we might. We might need the email. What about one-to-one Discord session if you have time? Theme, which may be its own model. Yeah, we could do Discord. I could do Discord one-on-ones. I definitely have time. Just link the user instead of the email. Oh, I'm doing the wrong one. So for the, where is it? Chatbot, you're saying link the user like this? We need a user ID field too. Are you saying doing like that, D? So you do the user ID. Am I doing it right? A relation. User relation fields, something's wrong. See, that's why I use Copilot for stuff like this. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. How long have you been coding for? I would say a year and a half, just under 2 years, off and on. Obviously nowhere near a full-time job, so that's what I mean by off and on. But I say a little bit every day. And most of the time I've been coding, I really haven't had, and the user also add the chatbot. Yeah, I just did. In the most of the time I've been coding too, I haven't really coded with anybody. So I feel like if somebody, like you said, you had a mentor, it probably expedited your learning curve a lot. So if I had that, I feel like I'll be way further than I am now. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're coding by yourself from scratch. We also have the color scheme. Should be a string, because we're just doing the hex value. That's all we're getting them. Then we have a logo. Would the logo be a string or image? So the logo here, it would be a string. Yeah, because I think we save in the database as a string, and we're changing it to a string. So we have instructions, and then knowledge base too. Okay, so let's review this. And so we have the user ID, chatbot ID, which would be the assistant ID. Let's actually change that to assistant ID. The chatbot name, which is the name they give instructions, color scheme, logo, knowledge base. Do we need anything else? I don't think so. It'll be a string? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Let me just do an npx prism generate to update the schema. npm run dev. And then the next thing we need to do Let me look in this API folder again. So we create the assistant. And all we're doing is just creating the assistant, which has... Let me change this to instructions. Okay, so they're just creating the assistant ID. Now we actually need to create the assistant. So after they fill out this chatbot form, they are going to click this on submit. And if it's successful, we should redirect. This is from Next Navigation to dashboard. And then they should be able to view dashboard / assistant. And that should be able, they should be able to view their assistant. So another tip, if you right click whatever you want to change. So if I right click anything I want to change, you can just click rename symbol and it will update it everywhere. Oh, that's a good tip. That's a really good tip. That would speed up my process. Let me write that down. Rename symbol. Appreciate it. Yeah, that would help for sure. Speed up the process. So redirect to dashboard. Okay, so we created dashboard. Let's create a new folder called assistant. And then a page.tsx. You have another simple optimization in Discord? Is that the color scheme? That's for the default values? Okay, let's try. So what colors does that change into? Using app router 2, what a dog. Yeah. No, I like the app router. I know it gets a lot of hate, but I kind of started learning Next.js specifically when they were having that transition. So I know the app router better than the pages, even though it's kind of the same. Or maybe F2 to rename symbol. Yeah, F2 I saw was the shortcut. So like when you right clicked it, rename symbol and it said F2. So it's either F2 or you could just right click. Let me make sure that is, oh, is that orange? Oh, so you did that orange? Nice. Yeah, that default value. Yeah, I like that orange. Orange, I just like orange. I don't know what it is. Okay, so next thing we do, so they create this chatbot and it redirects them to this assistance page. And this assistance page I haven't created yet, or assistant page, assistant. I haven't created a function. So next step we need to do is we need to like show them the chatbot in action. First, we could go on the dashboard page, click the widget, and this is the widget. I'm trying to think of what we should do next. We need to like get the AI assistant actually working. Let's create another inside the API folder. So that creates the assistant. Let's create a folder called Run Assistant. And this will obviously just run the assistant. You could have the chatbot ask them questions about their business. It will help it better create solutions for them. That's a good idea. I never even thought about that. Let chatbot questions about their business. So we can actually create that chatbot first and then kind of go based off that code. Because right now, if we go to the dashboard page, and let me move myself out of the way. So if I move myself out of the way, we have this widget here where we could actually implement that. So let's do that. So we could call this like the chatty assistant, whatever we want to name our thing. And like you said, we could have the chatbot ask them questions about their business to help better create solutions for them. Because this whole app is allowing them to create a chatbot for their website without using code. So we're doing all the code for them. We're doing all the heavy lifting, and they're going to be able to create chatbot just by answering that chatbot form. Okay, so let me move myself over for good. Let's create this chatbot now for the widget. The AI assistant has a widget. And what we need to do is we could create our own assistant now in the OpenAI. So this would be our own. Create. And we could just fetch this assistant. We want it to, we could create it in here. So we could call this chatty assistant. You are a helpful which is a SaaS software that allows people to implement a chatbot assistant on their website without having to code. You will help these people by coming up with descriptive prompts that will help navigate them when they actually so you're a helpful assistant for Chatty, which is a SaaS software that allows people to implement a chatbot assistant on their website without having to code. You will help these people by coming up with descriptive prompts that will help them navigate, that will help them with prompts own. Do you guys think that's good, or do you think this is worth doing? So you're a helpful assistant for Chatty, which is a SaaS software that allows people to implement a chatbot assistant on their website without having to code. You help these people by coming up with descriptive prompts that will. You help these people come up with descriptive prompts that will. You help these people come up. You help these people by coming up with script prompts that they can use for chatbot. We're not going to use the function tool. The code interpreter tool enables the assistant to write and run code. The tool can process files with diverse data, which we don't need. You can create as many assistants. Yeah, I think within the actual platform, you can create as many assistants as you want. But I think if you create it like we did the first time, I think that does an API call. I'm not 100%. Another funny thing with the prompts, you can copy this prompt and ask ChatGPT if there's more clarification you'd add to make it a better assistant. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I should probably do that. I do that sometimes. So it's almost like a non-stop like cycle. Please make this a better prompt. The beginning part kind of started off good, but I think it kind of went off the rails. I don't think it understood what I was asking. As a friendly assistant for chat, your innovative SaaS software empowers you to effortlessly integrate a chatbot. You're a helpful assistant for Chatty, which is a SaaS software that allows people to implement a chatbot system on their website without having to code. You help these people by coming up with the scripted prompts that they can use for their own chatbot. Yeah, you need to reword what you want. I want to create a chatbot for my SaaS, and this chatbot is going to help others come up with descriptive prompts for their AI assistants. I am currently creating an assistant for this to help them out. Here is the prompt I am giving. Please make a better prompt in general. Yeah, I know. I was being lazy there. Here's the prompt I'm giving my chatbot to help them. Please improve on this. Okay, let's see what it does. Is it doing it like, am I not typing it right? I need the instructions for the AI assistant. You are not talking to them. I think that's better. Yeah, that's what I think it's thinking, which I feel like I typed it, but I could be wrong. I sucked at writing in school. I hated it. So that could be playing a factor in it. You're a helpful AI system designed by Chatty that simply integrates without need for coding. This seems better. Ask it what you would want to ask it if it was the SaaS business. Put the prompt in quotes. Where is the prompt? Yeah, I probably should have did put it in quotes. I don't think that's this part's not bad. I'm going to take this. Follow these steps to provide guidance. Clearly explain, emphasize. I don't actually mind this. Conclude by inviting users to share any specific requirements or questions they have. I think it's not bad right now, honestly. I'm just going to keep it. I could always change it. It's not that hard. Let me not get those quotes. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me copy that. Remove this. Can there be spaces? I guess so. 3.5, I think we're going to use. I think GPT-4 is very, I think it's pricey the last time I checked, and I've seen people say don't use 4. It's just too pricey. I mean, maybe in the future we could give people an option, and if they want to use 4, we like charge them a higher tier. And we're not going to use retrieval. We're not using code interpreter. We're not using function. Do we have to select one? No, we don't. And then we could test. Let's test it. Hi. I run a roofing company and need a chatbot for my website. Help me out with giving the chatbot a name and instructions on what I should tell it if I want to increase my revenue. I'm just trying to like type like maybe a user would type. Hi, I run a roofing company and need a chatbot from my website. Help me out with giving the chatbot name and instruction on what I should tell it if I want to increase my revenue. All right, so let's see what this gives us. You exceeded your quota. I thought I had it higher. I'm gonna move it off screen and just check my billing information. Oh, I think I actually changed cards. So I might have to update that. I thought it gives you payment methods. One sec, guys. Let me get my wallet. Yeah, I don't have this card anymore. Let me change the card real quick. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, let me move this over again. Or no. Yeah, let me move this over. All right, Chatty Assistant, test. Oh, I gotta type this all again. Hi, I A plus roofing, whatever. You exceeded. What? I'm going to copy this. Let me make sure. Settings. Team limits. Billing. There's my payment method. Billing history. Preferences. Do I have to add a credit balance? Pay as you go? Oh. Okay, I guess 10. Oh, I thought I just did it automatic. Okay. Now I should do it. So I think, who's asking that question earlier? Yeah, Harash, obviously, since my card, I had no credit balance, I was still able to create assistants. So I guess the answer is it doesn't use generations to create assistants. So that kind of answered that question there. Let me test it again. Copy this and let's see how it looks. If it doesn't work, I don't understand. I mean, does anybody have a feeling of what's wrong? Obviously, it's saying I'm exceeding my quota. Credit balance is 10. Kind of don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I've done this. I mean, not lately, but you exceeded your current quota. Please check your plan and billing details. For more information on this area, read the docs. Let me try another assistant that I know that works. So I've actually used this one before. So let me see. Hi. You exceed your current quota. $30 limit. Available 10 of 10. Somehow that expired. So 10 of 10 is available. Which is whatever. We're just going to work on the documentation of the API. Oh, you guys still there? Just seeing if you guys checking in. Seeing who's there. We're going to work on creating the thread and doing all of this good stuff. Let me look at my schema file again. We have the chatbot model. Okay. All right, let's try this now. So create a thread. Represents a conversation. We recommend creating one thread per user as soon as the user initiates the conversation. Pass any user-specific context and files in this thread by creating messages. Okay, so the first step, app, dashboard page. We have the widget. And this widget should start with a button. So if the chatbot is displaying, we're going to have a button from chatCN, and it's going to say start conversation. When they click this, that's when we should create the thread. So on click, create thread, like that. We need to cons create thread. Just move myself over. And inside of the thread, we can make this use server here technically. And do a server action here. So cons, oh, then you gotta do everything. No, that's not gonna work. Let's just do an API call. So cons response equals await fetch slash API slash slash run assistant. It's got to be asynchronous. What is this method? Is it a GET request? Oh no, it's all a post request. Or no, the creating assistant's a post. Create an assistant file by attaching a file to the assistant, which we have to do too. What we can do is retrieve an assistant, so that'll be the first thing. Huh. So if there's different GET and POST request, let me see. I know I actually have a file that I used to work on this stuff with. Okay, I put everything inside the post request. Okay. So run assistant. Const body equals await request JSON. What we can do is we have to retrieve the assistant. Am I even spelling that right? const OpenAI equals that. Const assistant OpenAI dot beta dot assistance dot retrieve. I think we could just hard code it in. It's going to be this ID right here. Okay, copied. Was it like that? Is not assignable. It's not assignable type string. I thought it was. Let me check. Oh, there's no system ID. It's just retrieving the string. Should be just like that. What we could do next is, yeah, sure, we could console log it and then const. We're going to create a thread. How much do you think we'll get charged if we get 100 users per day? I'm not sure. Obviously, it depends on how much they use it, but we can set a limit on how many generations they can with their monthly plan. And we just got to make sure we see how much each generation costs and then go from there to see the profit margin of how much each user should be if they use the maximum number of generations, which we'll worry about that after. But I know for sure we're going to use this Assistant API, so we might as well do it. So we retrieved it. Next, I know they have the steps. Close this documentation. Okay, create assistant or retrieve it. Then we create the thread. And a thread is new for every user that's on there. So const thread equals await OpenAI dot beta dot assistance dot create dot thread, or what was it? Dot threads. Okay. Threads dot create. And then what does that accept? Or maybe it just creates a thread. I think that just creates a thread like that. Hey, what's up, D? How you doing? Thought you left. I'm working on creating an AI assistant for our website. So the SaaS, and then from here we could just use the pretty much the base code and then allow people to do the script for theirs. So this, we're creating the thread right now. So we created the thread. And then add messages to the thread, which I can just actually just copy this. I'm trying to see const messages create. So create a new thread. What we can do is console log the thread like that, and then find the thread value. Make sure we get the assistant. The assistant, we are retrieving hard coding it because we only have one assistant that I created for our account. For theirs, it's going to be whatever assistant they created, which is stored in their schema file under assistant ID. So then we have the message. The role is going to be the user, and then the role. Oh. Actually, we're going to create thread. And I think we have to return it here. Let me see. Next response dot JSON. What we need to pass is the thread, which would be the thread. And then we could pass a message maybe. Or welcome message. How can I help you today? We could just try that for now. Okay, so run assistant or save the widget when we click on click, start conversation. Okay, let me try this and see if it's working. So we have a button that says start conversation. We could style it better, but it should retrieve the assistant and then create a thread as well. The only way this won't work is because I was having problems with the card on file, but we'll see. Start conversation. Go to our log. And yeah, we're getting errors. Unexpected end of JSON. Why am I getting unexpected end of JSON? Is not visible. Oh, that wasn't visible. So I'm running the assistant. And what I am doing inside of the widget component, which is the widget here at the bottom right of the screen when we're actually on the local host, we have these button with the on click of create thread. And then it calls this const response. I don't even know. Okay, so let's try it again. So we click start conversation and we should get consoles in the server. Okay, now we do. So yeah, it looks like there's the assistant with my instructions. And I gave it the wrong assistant ID, so let me fix that. Because that's not the right assistant. This is the right assistant. Chatty. Okay, let's try it again. We start conversation. And then what should pop up? Tell me if you guys think this is good. So when you start the conversation, it's going to retrieve the assistant so we can actually pretty much hear the instructions, the name, the assistant ID, so that retrieves it. And then I created a thread. So the thread is pretty much just a new conversation. And then what I sent back is I sent back the thread and the welcome message. And I just did, hi, how can I help you today? What do you guys think about that? inspect. Let me look at the network. 200. And I send the thread and then the welcome message. And then I want to display the welcome message. So that's what I was thinking. So the welcome message is going to be displayed. So we could do const data equals response.json. And then it should be data.welcome message. Maybe generate welcome message in API from ChatGPT. What do you mean by like that? Maybe generate the welcome message in API from ChatGPT. Are you saying like every time it's going to be a different welcome message? So is that what you're trying to say? I'm pretty sure that's what you're trying to say. Let me... Did I not have use state? Oh, I do have use state. Maybe generate it. How would I do that? I mean, I could have just done this, honestly. I don't even have to send the welcome message. I mean, honestly, yeah, I can. It's not a big deal. So you're saying for the welcome message, it should be randomly generated. How would I do that, though? Or is it even worth going through that trouble? Or should that just be added later and we actually get the main thing running? Because can we get welcome message? And then so if I do that, click, hi, how can I help you today? And that welcome message pops up. And then I'm passing in the thread as well, which we need to get the thread. I think to make it unique every time so you don't feel like repeated, but maybe I'm overthinking. No, I agree with you. I think it should be unique every time. I'm just wondering how I can do that. Would it be like, how would I do that without making another API call to ChatGPT? Like, I don't want to keep making unnecessary API calls just to get a random message. There must be a way like I can create multiple messages of the welcome message. So like in here, is there a way I could do welcome message? I might come back to that. I definitely agree with you. It should be unique every time. But what I can do here, just to make this UI look a little better, let's go into the widget. Let's do a height of 96. Oh, not a height of full. This button and welcome message. And then we have to, let's do some more state. That's what I was kind of thinking, make an array of messages like a constant and then select a random message. Set show chat to true. I'm just fixing this real quick. Okay, let's center this start conversation. And in the front instead of start welcome message, make it state of all messages and map over them. What do you, let me see. In the front instead of a state of welcome message, make and state of all messages and map over them. What do you mean by that? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I think I know what you mean. So you'll change instead of set welcome message, it'll be messages and then set messages. Empty string to start. Set messages. Here you can do messages. And then you map through the messages here. But how would you do it where it's like left, right, left, right, left, right? Or no, it would automatically do that. The messages will be, yeah. So if that is true, would it be like that? Is that what you're talking about? Wouldn't we just, okay, so let me make sure everything looks good. This messages.map is not a function. It's saying messages.map is not a function now, which is kind of weird. I think messages be an array and we'll append it every time, and each object will contain like from chatbot or from user to make it left or right. Let me see. I think they have a packages. You say it's currently a string. That's why it's giving me an error. So I have to create it as an array back here. So like this, and then like chatbot. There we go. So it's an array like that. But then you said we should match it, right? So like this will be an object. And then this will be like chatbot. And if we go to the front end, okay, so I can't do that. That's why it's giving an error. Is this the right way right here, D, or no? Leave the API as is with the array or no? Without array? Okay. So if we go back to the widget, am I supposed to do something here? Bang, start conversation. Oh, yeah, duh. Argument type previous never is any is not assignable type parameter of set. Argument of type previous never equals any is not assignable type to parameter of type set state action and never. The pretty much type any is not assignable to type never. So they're saying this previous is a never type. The type is going to be would it be a string array? Okay, that's working. But this is now above that. Let me move it below. So that makes sense. Also add an extra field to the object like chatbot. Which object are we talking about? On the front end right here? So like or no, not like that. It's also add the field, the object like. I don't think Google is going to shut down anytime soon. But I'm not understanding how to put the object syntax in there. If you want to do it in Discord, you can show me there. It might be easier if you have Discord up. Do you guys, how many are in here right now? 3 of you? 4? You guys are in? All right, let's do it then. Let's try it. I'm going to create a Discord room, and we're still going to do live, so you could still type there. But I know since there's only like 3 or 4 of us in here, we might as well. And I know 2 of the 3 at least are responding on a consistent basis. I know this is D. How do I even create a room? Wait. You're in? Try to join this room. It's under general. See if it's working for you guys. Yo, do you guys hear me? I can't hear you. I see your thing moving. Let me make sure I have the correct output device. Talk again? Harash? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Let me 1 sec. Let me put my mic on.
Yeah, you are audible.
Do you guys hear me? Hello? Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, I hear you. I'm good. How you doing? All right, good. You're still watching the stream? Okay, cool. Just so you can see the screen, and it's easier. I feel like it might be easier. And then you could always type in the screen, too, so people on YouTube could see. Yeah, I feel like this might be better to always have this on the side. What I'm trying to do is, I guess for the start conversation, it works, but we need to get rid of this button after the message comes up, as you can see. And then I need this start conversation button kind of centered, so I was gonna do that. Let me see. Okay. And then, like you said, I'm gonna try to give you guys. I'm gonna give you guys access so you guys could like help make changes. So like it's very very interactive. So it could be like all of our projects. Oh really? Let me see. What's it called? Remote. Is it this one? Remote development or remote SSH? That's yeah. I'm here right now. Remote development or the remote SSH? Okay, I'm installing it. Okay, so what do you do now? So it's installed. There is a what? Like a lag? Oh, you see, that's what I was wondering because I always ask the chat and it takes like 20 seconds to respond. So I feel like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Even though I put on the settings, I don't want any delay. So I don't know why that's doing it. But I guess I did the development. Hey, D? Was that D or Harash? Oh, it's D. Yeah, he's talking. I'm going to move. I need to put this button centered. Let me do it real quick. So this is flex. Would this be justify center? That's justify center. Flex item center. No, it's still not working. Oh, I thought it was. It's fixed. So you're talking about like make a div right here? Wrap it in. Oh yeah, I forgot you're like on a 20-second delay. Make this a flex. Item center. Justify center. No. Yeah, it's still not working, I don't think. Flex item center, justify center. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Let me see. Div. Yeah, let me inspect it. Yeah, D, we hear you. You just keep cutting in and out. Let me inspect it though. Body nav. Div. Should be in this div. Yeah, I'm inspecting it now. So we have this and then the button. Is that the button's not Is the width not full? That div. Yo, do you hear me? Oh, I've been doing the wrong div. That's why it wasn't working. Yeah, I was working on the other button. If you actually look at what I was doing, it was the totally wrong button. And then I didn't even have a class name for that. I was working on the wrong button. But, okay, flex. Let me see. So we have flex. Oh, then we have to put item center in the parent div. Is that how it works? That's not in the button. That's in the div, right? Yeah, that should be in the button. Okay, now it's working. There we go. Oh, but that does everything. I actually need to make a parent div because now if you click it, it messes up everything too because that parent is for every parent. Yeah. So I need to remove this. Cut. I think this is where I'm gonna start the development server too so you can see it in like real time. What is it? Which software is it? Oh, the live share extension on VS Code? Okay, let me just fix this and then I'll add that. I almost got it. I got the start conversation. It's just hovering at the top though. I want to make a center though. I have justify center, item center. I like one at the center, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay, so if I do the remote development on the extensions, how can I get you to get remote development? Live this one real-time collaborative development for the comfort of your tools. I have it. Invitation link copy to clipboard. Send it to anyone you trust. Okay, so if I send it to you, the link, you should be able to join, right? I sent you a message. I think that's it on Discord. Check your Discord messages. You have to start the session. Wait, which one is it? I don't even see it. The live share at the bottom. Which one is it? The Yeah, you see my screen? Oh, I'm covering I'm covering it with my face. So copy collaboration link. And then I already sent you that link, I think. I'll send it to both of you. You got it? Okay, let me send, and let me know when you're connected so I kind of know what's going on. And then D, I'm going to send it to you as well. So I just sent you through Discord, through messages. Does that give you access to the code or just the development server? I see it. You should be in, right? Anonymous read 'em, right? And then D, you joined as well. You have access to the code? Oh, I see it. Yes, I do. And D, do you have it as well? I don't know because it didn't ask. Well, I think you're in. So D's in. I think you both are in. Okay. You could run the development server on your own screen or no? Does it let you do that? You can run development. Okay. I need to move. If you look at the button right here for the start conversation needs to. We need to move it below the actual header. So this. Wait, if it's that. Does it do it in real time? Like when you make a change to it, it'll show me. You can see me making changes right now, right? To that button, div. I see. Okay. It's saying there's no messages. Messages isn't defined. Even though I put no messages. What is messages? Okay, so we need to, when we click this, start conversation, this conversation button needs to go. I don't know if you're still looking at the live stream. And then development, like that's on the dashboard page. And what that does, the start conversation, it creates the thread. I don't know if you can see in the console. And then it also retrieves the assistant I created. Yeah, only hide it though. Why I hid it because I have the chat box. So when the chat box is true, it shows. Yeah. So actually we don't even need this because this is actually just repeating. Sorry. Are you still there? Are you still there, Harash? I hear you now. Yes. D, are you there? Am I audible? No, you're not. Are you going to be able to fix Harash? Are you trying to fix something right now? Yeah. Show chat. That would hide the. Yeah. Exactly. And then, but how would we hide this button right here, where it says start conversation, when the show chat is visible? Oh, wouldn't we just render it? Yeah, I want to hide the button. So can't I just move it in a conditional? And then we'll push show chat like this. If there is no show chat, if show chat's false, we will show this. I think that's going to work. Can you see me make the change? Okay, let me see. Yeah, it went away. Now so it's working. The next thing I want to do is move the start conversation down into the center. You're allowed to edit the code, right? You requested accept read and write. Are you writing right? I can just see your thing. I can't see what you're writing. I can see your cursor, but try to type something. Type something. Okay, I can see it now. You typed like a bunch of T's. Okay. This button right here, can you see me highlight the button? This button isn't centered. It's centered at the top, but it's not centered. So this button right here. Yeah, so with full, high full. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna look at it now. Yeah, that worked. That's all you needed. So that button is centered. So that's good to go. I think the next thing after they start the conversation, they get the message, which is, if you look up inside of the create thread function, the welcome message. They get that welcome message. We set the messages to that data.welcome message. And then after that, we need to give them an input to type. So if you look at the development server, it says start conversation. Hi, how can I help you today? We need to actually make that look more codey. I mean, more like a chatbot bubble. Let me see. Okay. Should that be at the bottom? I'm thinking, right? At the bottom, but within this div. So like right here, maybe? I don't know if you can see me typing. Oh yeah, it's now, I want it at the very bottom though. So we need to make it bottom 0 maybe to make it at the bottom. And what do you need to make it? Would it be flex? Justify n. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna refresh. It's still not at the bottom, the input. Let's see. Let me refresh. I don't know if it's refreshed. Let me see. No, not yet. It's right below the hi, how can I help you? So like at the top. We need it at the bottom. We need height full on parent. Do you have access, D, to edit or no? If you can, you could edit. So we have a height of 96. Should we take that to full? Or wait, that's not even the div. It's actually something. I think there's an. There's that. Let me see. Oh, it's still there. So the input, show chat, the main parent div has to be this. I think D's doing something. Let's see. I think it is. I'm not 100%. I think it. Yeah, it is, because it's creating a thread, but it's whatever. Charging me money. I don't know. Let me cheat. It doesn't show it, but I don't know if it shows it right away. Which is fine. I'll be able to find out tomorrow. I'm going to leave it on just to see if it is or not. I think it is, though, but I'm not 100%. This div right here is, you have flex and then flex column. It's not. He's saying we need. This is the parent right here. Is there a thing called Flex 11 or is it Flex 1? I'm assuming Flex 1, right? I think. Okay. No. That's not it. Okay, so the parent div is this one right here. There's an error here. I think somebody removed. Okay. Did you put it in? That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I just added a justify between. Let me see. Yeah, it works. That works. But the justify between, put the input at the bottom. But the text of how high can I help you today went to the bottom too. That's because I think we wrapped it in the same div. That one div that's the div flex column. We need to take that. We need to take that one shell chat out. We actually need to just probably create another div, right? He said, I think this will work. Yep, you're right, D, that works. I don't know if you could hear me. I think it's a 20-second delay, so... Oh, no, it's not. The mics are instant. So you should be able to hear me talk. If you're watching the live stream, it's a 20-second delay. Okay, so that input is working, which is good. Okay, so next step, we could do the API call. So after this... you leave those comments there, so if you ever need to type D, just type it there and we'll be able to look. The next thing we need to do is we need to be able, when they type input, don't we need to create an on change and then make an API call? Oh shit. Just store that in state. Let me... Yeah, we could do... You don't want to do... When an on change... Or you're just saying put in a form instead of a div, put a form? What do you think? I'll change the last div. You change that first one. And then just put on submit there. Oh, yeah, like a React icon. Like a library. Wait, you said like a right arrow? Are you going to pick one? I'm on it as well. You could pick one. It's not a big deal. I think this one actually would be pretty good. It's like a right upper, like it goes in an angle. I'm going to import it at the top. Oh, shit. Try not to type real quick for a sec, guys. I'm just got to import this at the top. Because I guess every time you type, it moves me down. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, I just imported it. Yeah. We need to make it flex. It's at the bottom. Can you import the bun? Isn't the bun important? Is the bun already imported or no? Let me check real quick. Let me see, guys. Yeah, it's imported. The bun's already imported. I think it was imported. On submit like that. Always use an arrow function. I'm assuming, right? We can make this handle user message maybe. And this is where we could run the... You can name it whatever you think. Name it whatever you think we should. This is going to be what we call the API to handle, like, answer the user. Yeah, exactly. We're going to run the assistant now. Do you guys think this is a good one? If not, we could create the function at the top. Okay. I'm at the top. So we got to create a different API. API, and then we'll create one. Answer. I guess answer user. I can always change it. Route.ts. Oh, not next auth. And then what we need to do is okay. Yeah. Yes, we hear you. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, Discord's kind of it messes up sometimes. Input. We got a form on submit input. Okay, so now we can. Don't we have to store it in state or no? Or yeah, we do, don't we? Mm, I'll just do an API route. So yeah, we'll store it in state, right? Just send it to the backend. So const user message and say user message. Uh, what do we need to do? So an arrow function. Use what? What is it? Oh yeah, we can. Do you think this is good right here? This is good enough, I think. And then we pass the message of user message. Oh, there we go. And then we get it in the backend, answer user, destructure it. But we need the assistant ID too. We need the thread ID too. Should we keep it in the same API route then or no? Yeah. So how are we gonna get the thread ID? So we created it. Okay, so you're saying send it through the next response.json and then retrieve it on the client and then send it through state to the backend again? Okay. So I'm in the. You think the cookies is a better option? So yeah, we could do cookies. You want to do cookies? Might as well. They're not hard, right? What is it? Doesn't Next.js have its own cookies? Do we create the cookie and the create assistant, right? Um, I guess if somebody gets the thread ID and knows how to do something, they can look at your conversation. So probably cookies, right? They won't be able to. It's secret. Yes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yes. I'm in the run assistant route.ts file. Is this where we have to create the cookie? I don't know if you guys can see it. They have yeah, I'm pretty much almost taking inspiration from that. Um they have one on GoDaddy. No. Yeah, I see. But I'm trying to figure out, okay, so if we need the thread ID, we store it in the cookie, right? And if we need the assistant ID, we just store it in the cookie. Or the assistant, we don't have to store the assistant ID in a cookie. We could just retrieve it again. Well, no, the one we're working on right now is it's the same assistant ID. It's hard coded. When we we have to retrieve it based on the user, right? Okay. So where will we create the cookie? Would it be inside of here? So we create a new thread, and after we create the thread cookie, right? So what do you think we should do then for the thread? Still there? Yeah. Yeah. How are we going to store the thread ID or the thread object? You think so? Because I think if you go if you go to GoDaddy and you refresh the page, the same chat doesn't pop up. It just resets your chat. No, it resets your chat. Oh, it does? Only if you're talking to live agent, which we don't care. We're not doing live agent. Hey, I got Raj Ashton. Oh, keep going. Sorry. What do you think we should do? Cookie, state. What are we doing here? You guys could code it if you need to. Right here, you guys have access. Okay. So pass the thread like that. The front end for this is going to be the widget component. Okay. Do you guys like the Discord voice chat better? Yeah, the delay was that was the biggest issue. I feel like I'm gonna see if I can fix it though, but yeah. Console log data. So what are we doing now? You have the widget. We're both in the widget. All of us are in the widget. Yeah, we are. So we're successfully in the thread, in the server. Oh, were you able to see it? You could see it? Yeah. What we need is we need the thread.id. That's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need the ID property from the thread. I don't think we need any other parts of the property. Yes. That's what does that do? Console D. What does that do? It just console logs. Hmm. Okay. Correct. Yeah. Which the thread is a chat. That's what it is. Like a conversation. Starts a conversation. So should we create a context? Should we create context for the thread? The use context hook? Should we do that or no? Not yet. Wait, what are you trying to do? Yes, thread dot. Let me see what it says. Main. That's the only thing we need from thread. Thread.id. Yeah, they have thread.id. Yeah, we could do that. I'll do that. I'll switch it right now. So run assistant, just do the thread.id like this. Or no, you can't. As an object. Yeah. Wouldn't it just, do you have to do as a string? Can't you just destructure it? There you go. So now, no, I passed it back as a thread. I did a thread.id on it. So it's a string. So should we store that in state now? Or you created a context folder? I see it. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Assistant context. Yeah, you do. That's fine. We could do. I haven't done the use context hook in so long. What's happening? How are we gonna get the thread ID in here again? Do we have to do the API call from here, or no? Okay. D left the collaboration. Here, you try to rejoin it. You still have the link?